Hello, everyone, and welcome to Priestess Medicine for the holidays. I'm Ankhara Rose. I'm a sacred business strategist and the creator of the Sacred Business Accelerator program. And I'm also the host of today's event where 6 wise and wonderful priestesses are coming together to share their medicine, really to help you have your most authentic and grounded and present and heart-centered experience of yourself through this holiday season. I am absolutely overjoyed to introduce you to my sister, my friend, my dear one, today's featured holiday priestess, Aria. So Aria is a tech sorceress. Like, how's that for cool, right? She's a tech sorceress, a quantum temple priestess, and a writer. She weaves her knowledge and depth of conscious energy, frequency, and the healing arts with her experience working in the tech world for over 15 years. Aria is passionate about flipping the paradigm where we experience being enslaved to our desires through our tech into one where the sovereign human can bring technology back into harmony and into healing, not only for the self, but also for the world. She shares her gift of conversation, tried and tested practices, synthesized perspectives, and real life stories so that anyone at any stage of life and experience can learn to build new bridges of understanding and wonder. I am so happy to introduce you to everyone. Aria, thank you so much for being here and welcome.
Thank you. It's quite the
Yeah.
intro.
It's epic, truly. I just have to say that. Okay, so we love to start these with a bit of a centering piece. So I'm going to lead everyone through a centering piece now. So just inviting you before we dive into this conversation, go ahead and roll your shoulders back and feel the full weight of your body on your seat, on your chair. And inviting you, if you're able, to float your eyes closed just for a few minutes, placing one hand on your heart and perhaps the other one on your womb or your womb space. And let's just take a nice, slow, intentional breath here into that heart womb space connection. So breathing in nice and slowly through the nose and letting it out gently through the mouth with a light sigh. And breathing in again, this time deep into the heart space and allowing your heart space to expand. And as you exhale, I invite you to drop a cord down from your heart, down, 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 through the center of your being, through the root, and down and out into the earth. Returning to your natural breath, allowing that root to make its way down deeper and deeper into the earth until it feels like it finds the exact perfect depth for you to feel deeply grounded. And from that space, I invite you to use your breath on your next exhale to send your roots out in all directions, wider and wider and wider, perhaps even until they take up the space of your whole room, but beneath you. And allowing yourself in this moment to really feel that connection point between yourself and the earth. Saying, thank you, Mama Earth. And as she receives your thanks, she sends a wave of nourishment up through those roots, all the way up, up, up through your body, passing the heart and sending it all the way up, spiraling the crown open and opening the crown and up and out like the big, beautiful branches of a tree. Go ahead and feel that presence extend upwards and outwards towards the sky, towards the limitlessness that's available to each and every one of us in this moment. Perhaps feeling your leaves open to absorb the light of the sun. Perhaps really getting into this state of beautiful receptivity of the wisdom that is available to us in this moment. Saying, thank you, Spirit. And as you send a wave of gratitude to Spirit, feel yourself instantly begin to receive in an even deeper level, all the way down, down, down through the branches, through the crown, and into the body where it mixes and merges with the energy of the earth. And from this space, feeling yourself as the holy, sacred center of heaven and earth, of spirit and matter, And from here, we now declare that we in this moment are safe, and that we in this moment are sacred, and that the greatest good may move through us together here and now. Let's take a deep breath in to seal this in. And as we exhale, just letting it all go, saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bringing a little joy in and then coming back to center. Thank you for journeying with me there.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. So Aria, I mentioned in the beginning, right, through this bio, you are a tech sorceress. And I feel like this is such a unique medicine that you bring into the world. And I am wondering, can you share a little bit about what being a tech sorceress is and what it means to you?
Absolutely, I would love to. I've been working in tech, health tech specifically, for about 15 years. I ran a tech startup many years ago. And when I left the startup, it's so interesting, right? Because if you look at where life was for you 10 or 15 years ago, I don't know about you or our listeners, but for me, it was nothing like my life is today. In many ways, I was quite unconscious, quite asleep. On the surface, I probably seemed, good and successful. I had a full-time job. I ran a startup. I traveled, but something always felt missing and empty within me. And I got quite sick several years ago, and this was my big, deep dive into all aspects of healing. And by all aspects, I mean physically, certainly, but also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And my way of doing that was to cut off from the world and hermit completely. So I live in Toronto, in this, like a few minutes away from downtown, quite the concrete jungle here, right in the center of the city. And I rarely left the house. And I started on this, inner journey. So the part of myself that identifies maybe as a sorceress or a priestess, like I learned everything. I learned alchemy and elemental alchemy. I learned to work with plants and rocks and crystals, medicines, herbs, like astrology, TCM, Ayurveda, like just a variety of things. I think it's typical for people to do that when they're trying to seek something, solve something, just, feel safe and okay to be here. And that created a bit of a crack, right? I had this sort of Eastern philosophies life going. And then my work would be to go into a hospital, an institution, an industry. I was surrounded by, all sorts of medical devices, obviously phones and laptops and all of this stuff. And I couldn't sort it for a really long time. It really felt like, like in the Matrix, where Neo's on the Nebuchadnezzar and then Neo's like back in the Matrix, like it just didn't feel good. And like most people, I was like, I'm just going to quit my corporate life and do this other thing. And that never felt like right either. And so this is where I realized that it wasn't that my previous life experience, like working in tech and doing all this stuff, was bad or wrong, but that was actually just where I was. So I started to open to seeing myself as a bridge. And this is sort of where the traditional work of alchemy, whether you're like sitting and like boiling roots and herbs for like a medicine, it's the same thing when it comes to mental constructs. It's the same thing when it comes to understanding that what our emotional reality is. What am I hungry for? Am I bored? Am I emotionally distressed? And then seeing what our interaction with technology is. And by technology, I mean our phone, our laptops, our Siri. For a lot of people, it's their cars and their kitchen appliances, right? Like if you have a food addiction, things like that. And so I think I started to actually sit in what is this bizarre life and work that I have. And I really rejected a lot of the healing and the priestess and the sorcery side of things. But I came to understand that there is a place where I can hold both. It is a both and for me, it wasn't an either or. And so tech sorcery for me recognizes the current paradigm of technology in our life and whatever technology means for you. And recognizing that for a lot of us, our personal or our collective or institutional technology follows a little bit of an enslavement pattern, right? Like this is what the tech companies do. This is what marketers do. They find the thing in you, the chink in your armor, and then they pull at it because they want the sale, they want the profitability. And this is not going into this is good business, bad business, high vibe, low vibe, but this is the nature and the construct. And what else is possible? What is the and? What is it if I recognize myself as the greatest quantum technology that has ever existed, right? Looking at the human body as this complex system of physical as well as like the signal systems of our hormones, like when I smell food and my stomach starts to put out these little, like pre-digesting stomach acids, and they end up helping metabolize the food more. And so I'm actually nourishing my senses, nourishing my body. Can I also nourish my soul, right? Like no laptop can do that. No phone can do that. And so it's really switching this paradigm in our minds, in our hearts, in our emotions. For me, I had to stop fighting and resisting the narrative that I obviously very commonly hear about the amazing benefits and how easy life will be with technology, as well as the other side, right? Everyone's like, oh, Terminator, Skynet, evil, Dominion. And really coming to that sovereign center. Am I choosing, contributing, and buying into the Dominion paradigm? Or is there something else? What is the relationship with technology? What is my relationship with my connection, my technology? And what am I actually creating? And so this is a return to ourselves as a creation. And I learned divination, like I think most people, like tarot cards and things like that. And for me, my phone is often my best tool of divination. Like if my phone's been charging all night, but randomly it's at 10% battery, it's like, what is my energy level? Like something's glitchy and I'm like, is my mind going so fast that my body can't catch up? And it's actually, again, this is my world, so I guess it's a bit like easy for me, but we all watch things, we all interact. And so this was the switch to actually make it fun, joyful, and to realize that I am the creator of my life experience. And it is up to me if my technology supports that or enslaves me and captures me into something else. And honestly, I get caught in both. We all do. And then we come back. So this, to me, this process of making this just more fun, more interesting, more about empowerment, more about amazing things that we can create in this human experience, in this human body over the holidays, in like the time of miracles. This is, to me, what both Quantum Temple Priestess and Tech Sorcery is about.
This is just so incredible because I feel like you're providing such an empowering perspective to people, myself included, like just through knowing you and through what you've shared with me, like my whole perspective with technology has really shifted because I was also like in this very much, it was polarized. I would also go back and forth between like, technology is great. Technology is enslaving me. Like, look at all the good that can come out of it. Look at all the bad that can come out of it. And so really swinging on the pendulum took me out of my own power with it. And I had no conscious awareness that I really could use my technology in a divinatory way or in a conscious way. I think in my mind, it was more about like, oh, well, I can structure and limit my technology use, but not be co-creating with it like you share and like you teach so many people how to do. So it's such a gift, and it's such a needed gift for this time. So I'm so grateful that you're bringing this into the world because we need more of it, right? So, like obviously technology is a part of our lives for the vast majority of us, certainly everyone who's here, watching this replay, right? We are using technology. And I'm curious for you, the theme of this is how can we bring our medicine into the holiday season? So I'm wondering, like, what are some of the specific challenges that you see that we might face with technology related to the holidays?
I mean, there's so many, right? And I think this thing that you said was really interesting because it's a lot of people, and especially a lot of people in the spiritual or conscious awareness community. It's like, oh, I hate technology, but it's a necessary evil. And in truth, we've heard this before. It's often how people talk about money, necessary evil, root of all evil. And, you know, it's this neat thing where if you actually are in a neutral and centered place in yourself, money, technology, your phone, your laptop, they are neutral entities. Like they are things, right? So I can, like, this glass, it is the vessel, right, that enables me to like take water and sit here and drink it. That's amazing. It allows me to stay hydrated. But if I start beating people on the head with it or stabbing people with its shards, it is not the fault of the glass, right? This is a neutral tool. And so we get caught up in this bit of a victimization cycle where life is hard for us personally or how we see it in the world. And we start blaming the money, the glass, the tech. And this is not a new thing. I do it, you do it, you know, we all do it. We've done it for like, you know, forever, for hundreds and hundreds of years. And so over the holidays, and I actually had to sit with this and, you know, I was like thinking, what would I say? And it changed like 5 times. But in truth, holidays are a bit of a mixed bag, right? Some people love it. They like vibrate. They're like buying all the things. I'm already done my Christmas shopping, or like, you know, my holiday, like my list of people is all done. Other people, they do love their friends and their family, but it's overwhelming or it's hard, or they are running from one place to another. And I think for me, and this is perhaps more my, you know, quantum temple priestess work. If you look at your own body, or actually, let me explain this a different way. If you use your phone constantly without charging it, it would run out of battery, right? You need to charge it. So often, I mean, I assume like most people, you charge it at night. And this is what we do, we sleep. But a lot of us don't, a lot of us sleep but don't rest. And so this becomes more of a conversation about where are we sourcing our power from? And it's a little bit on like optimizing our efficiency, right? If the week of the holidays for me, I have 7 dinners over 5 days, like there will be 2 days where I'm eating 2 dinners. Now I have to plan that. Someone's going to be late. We, where I live, you know, there's snow. So we get into this bizarre mindset, and some of it is, you know, a little bit maybe tradition, where we have weak boundaries. We don't say no. We forget to honor our needs. And needs is a really big thing, because it's almost like if you are hungry, if you are in lack and you go on your phone, you are more likely to binge. You're more likely to buy things you never wanted to buy. You know, 5 hours have passed and you've just been like sitting on your couch eating all sorts of stuff on an Instagram rabbit hole, right? This is so, so common. But I think for us, it is the consciousness that brings us back into ourselves. What is your intention with your phone? We are not programmed to ask ourselves that. We are not practiced in this. So a lot of my coworkers, for example, they wake up in the morning, their phone's been like whatever, either vibrating or buzzing or sending off Bluetooth signals 1 foot away from their head. The first conscious thing they do is to reach over to their phone and grab it. And what do they see? News, weather, who bombed who, you know, like bizarre, like. And so if you look at all of that and ask yourself, is this what nourishes me? My first conscious thought in the morning is that. It's not that I turn over and, you know, like kiss my beloved. It isn't that I take a few deep conscious breaths, you know, so for me, the holidays are this like amplified time. There's this miracle, beautiful energy. There's a lot of possibility and potentiality. I feel like Sagittarius season into Capricorn season, which is the zodiac of the holiday season, you know, that really some of us might want to slow down, relax, hang out, be nourished for the long winter that is coming. And we cannot do that when we are emotionally unconscious, disconnected, pulled out of ourselves. And then we have technology that amplifies that. And so one of the cutest, simplest things that I like to do, because I'm sure we all get this, there's so many cute, adorable, funny GIFs and memes, right? Over the holiday season, whatever, a cat in a Santa Claus hat doing something. People are sending photographs, food, imagery around. If you like that stuff and if you receive it on your phone, wherever, on your social media, what if you took 5 breaths and just looked at this image and been like, wow, look at this amazing food that my friend is eating at their office dinner. And if it is something, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you like it, but actually allow it just for a few seconds to nourish you. You know, you let us through this coherence breath, right? We like plug into the earth and we allow the earth to nourish us. What if we start to practice allowing the things we enjoy when we read them, when we see them, maybe when we hear them? You know, maybe someone sent you a video clip of your nephew being super adorable, and you listened and you sort of relaxed into your body and you breathed it in, right? Like, how awesome is that? Yes, it's cute in our mind. It's, you know, we get it. We love this person, but can it actually be embodied? Can you take it into your heart? Can you take it into your belly? Can you allow it to become a fountain of laughter and miracles, right? Like, I think that's sometimes the key piece we're missing. We get very good at giving and we forget that we also need to receive. And this is like a really good way we can receive with the things that we are already receiving, because someone is sending us this stuff anyway, right?
I'm always blown away by you, right? Because like here's this thing that we get all the time. And for the most part, like for myself, right, I'm getting images and it just becomes part of the dopamine hit, you know, just the scroll, oh, that's cute, scroll, oh, that's cute. Bringing in this consciousness, like what if this is actually here to nourish me? Because I like cute cat videos. And what if I saw that cute cat video instead of like, ha ha ha, next, I said, ha ha ha, wow. Ha ha ha. Like really just being nourished by it. So again, like the word is just empowering. Thank you for that. I feel like this tool is like magical. So everyone, like, my commitment right through this time and through this holiday season is really taking this and applying it to my life. And so really doing that, I'm making that commitment now. And I invite everyone who's watching to do the same. May it be so.
May it be so.
May it be so. Okay, so you have so many practices, and I know that you have something planned for us. So I'm going to step away, hand you the mic, and allow you to bring us through a beautiful practice.
Amazing. I have like 7 things, but I will choose. My difficulty is to choose which one thing to share. So actually, since you did like such an amazing sort of heart coherence and connection at the start of the call, I just thought I'd build on it. And before I start, you know, like you said, everyone who's watching this is either watching it through a phone or a laptop, obviously. And, you know, a lot of times what we receive either through videos or imaging or audio, it's like in one ear, out the other, right? There's so much content in the world. And how to actually learn to receive it in the volume and in the scale, that to me is not a skill of the brain. It is a skill of the heart. The heart can scale and manage volumes of information in a different way than the mind does, with grace and with discernment. So this is why I love, and I just wanted to like take a few moments when we do things like what Ankara led us through in the beginning, coming into heart coherence. The way I see it is that it is a practice, like a muscle that we're building that gets us to actually listen, feel, intuit, and make intelligent what we hear, what we speak, and really how we interact in the world. And so to me, this like heart coherence thing is like, it's a technology, right? It's our ability to do so. And so what I want to lead us through is not very long. builds off of what you started us with. So if everyone can float their eyes closed, and place your hands wherever it feels most natural to you. Start with taking some deep breaths. If you were already breathing deeply when Ankhara started us off, amazing. And if you lost that a little bit along the way, that's okay too. We can always return to ourselves. And so let's draw our attention to these roots that extended from our body and dropped into the earth. And wherever your roots are, see if you can extend them deeper still until you reach the heart of the earth. However you imagine the heart of the earth, maybe it's a glowing ball, maybe it is a humming crystal. And see if, like a satisfying plug point, your roots just click, connect into the source, the heart of the earth. The heart of the earth is this infinite battery pack, generator of vitality, of vibrance, of support, of belonging, of the true meaning of wealth, power, sovereignty, delight, miracles, blossoming, surrender, trust. All that you need is already here. And with your in-breath, draw this in, draw this up and into your body. It is not dissimilar, like when you plug your phone and you see the battery emoji light up, like it's happy. Maybe it makes a sound. Wah! I'm plugged in. I'm so happy. And if it's available to you, see what your natural battery level is. You know, maybe, are you at 30% in this moment? Are you at 80? And then once you plug in, see that number rise and rise and rise, and feel that number rise. Feel what it feels like in your hips, if you're sitting, if you're walking, if you're standing, your weight distribution between the left to the right, your weight distribution between the front and the back. Can you soften? Can you actually receive this? Can it reach in the high 90s and higher still? What does your heart feel like? Can your shoulders drop? Where are you in your mind? And see if it can increase that number of your own battery to 100. And then now we transcend what our phones can do. See this number increase past 100. And as it increases past 100, all the radiance, the love, the support, the nourishment that you are filled with, my friends, you are now in overflow. Allow it to permeate out of your skin, out of your body, and drench the room and the space you are in. You are vibrant, you are vital, you are held, you are here. You have everything you require to be a creator and a lover of your life and your life experience. This is galactic truth. And I hope you anchor this into your body and into your being as you, in this moment, become the overflow, the emissary of the love of the earth, walking, talking, engaging, interacting with your life, with other people, with plants, with animals, with your city streets, with your family members. You can stay in this, I think this is a pre-recorded video, so you can pause it and stay in this and expand your energy past the nation you live in, past the continent, past the earth. It can hit the satellites that orbit the earth. It can reach to the moon. It can reach to infinity and beyond. And really enjoy it and have fun with that. And to me, this is what we can always come back to. This is my definition of what it is to be a walking miracle this holiday season. You know, and we connect with people that aren't in our physical surroundings, with our phones, with our laptops, Zoom calls, all of this stuff, and send this out to them as well. This type of energy goes beyond space and time. And take a few breaths, come back to yourself, feel how this feels for you. Feel how it feels to have a cord directly connected to the source of the earth and drawing vital, miracle, abundant, overflowing energy, and let that be what your interactions are today and for this holiday season. Overflow. Blessed be. Aho, ashe, amen, amun. Amazing.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. That was so good. Thank you. Thank you so much for that beautiful practice. Really, truly. We're going to get lots of messages about this one. So go on, bring on the messages, friends, because I know how powerful this was. Okay, so as we wrap up, I'm wondering if you can share with our audience a little bit about the free gift that you have created for them.
Yes, so I just caveat, I'm really new to building out my offerings and my business, so a lot of my stuff is still under construction, work in progress. But my free gift is I have pre-recorded a meditation that leads you, guides you into what I call your inner quantum temple. And your inner quantum temple is what I call the liminal space in between the self. Within the self that lives kind of in between the cells. This is where our dreams, our manifestation, our imagination sort of meets our physical bodies. And to me, this sanctum that I call inner quantum temple, it has many names, but it is in this space that I learned to hold both things, to sort of walk, to have scaffolding that helps me walk from the created reality of life and the world that I see to what's possible. And sometimes it's hard to even imagine when we're so caught up in this old thing. And so it is a guided meditation. It's on Insight Timer. I believe the links will be under here. So that is my free gift for you guys. It's only about 15 minutes. And I'm really excited about it because it's set, the background of it is this harmonic, beautiful soundscape that Ankara herself recorded. It is a song called The Crystalline Temple, which I thought, how perfect for this guided visualization practice meditation. And I'm hoping to upload a few more around, just a little short grounding practices, connecting practices before we use our tech. And so hopefully over the next few weeks, that will be uploaded as well. I just launched my link tree, which has a series of links to some of the other work that I'm doing. I live in Toronto, up in Canada, and over the winter solstice, I'm running an in-person intimate gathering, and it is a winter solstice quantum temple gathering. So there's a few tickets for that still left. If you are in the Toronto area, I would love for you to join me. And then the last thing is, if you're interested in reading some of my work, watching some of my videos, I make sense of life in this, both and reality that I live in through my writing, through my words. And I have an account on Substack, a publication called Connect the Dots. And that is a lovely way to just, keep in touch, follow. And I'm really interested as a writer in conscious content. Like we consume so much garbage because there's so much garbage around, and just, like certain things we need, but a lot of my life and my thought process, just my thoughts sort of lightened and cleaned up when I started considering what I am ingesting in the form of what I'm reading, what I'm watching, what I'm listening to. And it's not that I can't watch anything, low vibe. This is not about a discrimination or a judgment, but rather just seeing what nourishes me, like what nourishes you, you know? So yeah, that is my offering. And I guess all the links will be on here. And that's how you can keep in touch and work with me.
Beautiful. And I also know I'm just guessing that many people will also be interested in what about this technology work? Is there any way that we can actually learn more about how to be conscious with our tech with you?
Yes. So it is not done yet, but it's a work in progress. I'm hoping in the winter around Aquarius season, so probably in February, I'm hoping to launch a course that helps us just 6 to 8 weeks, few videos, community where we can talk about this. But it's to reharmonize and reconstruct the template of how we relate to technology, ourselves as technology, and then how it's manifested, what our interactions are like in the world. And I'm super nerdy. I like watch a lot of comics, I read a lot of comics, a lot of sci-fi. So it's going to have a lot of those types of analogies. And it's my intention is not heaviness, because that's not my reality. That's not my experience with it. I think people who want to create a heavier, more enslaved paradigm with technology, they're already doing it. I'm interested in what the harmonic, sovereign, healing paradigm is. And I don't know how to create it myself. And so it's going to take all of us. So if you're interested in coming along with me for that journey, I would love for you to subscribe, or just give me your email. It'll be on LinkedIn, Linktree. So you can find me on Linktree, add your email. I don't email a lot, but I will inform people if they're interested in this course when it is launched and ready. And I hope it will just be a fun journey, because technology is fun. Look at this, where we live in different countries and we did an interview and people who live all over are going to see it. That's amazing.
It is so amazing. I think about that all the time. So absolutely, all of the links will be just under this video. Sign up for all of Aria's things. Connect with her, please. You will not be disappointed. I know that she has been a light in my life, and I am just so grateful that you have come and share your wisdom with everyone. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for your encouragement and guidance. Ankara works behind the scenes so hard to get us to come out of our little shells and hiding holes and share our medicine and our joy and our love. So all of this is like half her.
Well, I love you so much, and love to everyone who's watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Reach out, let us know what you think. And until next time, so much love. Bye.